Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. So we went over Be Quiet's light mount keyboard, and not to be undone, they've now come out with another one called the dark mount keyboard. So we're going to unbox that, we're going to have a look at it. I'm going to show you how that one works, and that'll be it. So let's get started. Okay, so here's our first look. It's got some things on here that I think you're going to find pleasantly useful, depending on whether you're right or left-handed. They've come up with some ideas that other keyboards you could take a lesson from. All right, so let's get it out first. Let's just take the cover off. And everything's nicely wrapped up inside here like it always is. Okay, again, my previous review of the light mount keyboard, as you can imagine, from a company called Be Quiet. It's very, very quiet keys. That way, if I happen to do another game, stream it, you're not going to be annoyed by all the click, 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 because you honestly can't really hear it, which I personally like. Now, I thought that the other one was going to be my main keyboard, and I think it probably still is, but this one's got some things that just might make me change my mind. And we'll show you what those are in a little bit. But let's first see what else is in the box. So we're going to set this aside for now. Okay, of course we have our manual that explains everything. So this, as I saw on the previous one, is your wrist rest. The beauty of this is you've got extra spots on here so it doesn't slide, and it's magnetic. Now these magnets are really quite strong, so when you put this on, it's going to function very well for you. Okay, so we also have cable. So your cable is USB-C to USB-A, and what do we have here? So this is a very, very cool feature. And I'll have to show you that in a little bit, but basically, this is how you set up all your keys, your colors, your illumination, all that. Once I got this plugged in, and you even have a volume here, so up and down, you can feel the clicks, and you're going to have a display. Okay, it will only do certain things, but we'll go over that in a little bit. But the really cool part is you can see here, it fastens to the keyboard with USB-C. So when we're putting it on, so I might as well show that to you right now. All right. You have a connector here and a connector here. So depending on where you want to put it, you line it up, and that's all there is to it. You don't like it there, fine. Take it off, line it up. You don't even have to look to see where that's at. It goes on and off so easy. All right? And that is just one feature. There are more. What else we got? Well, remember I said you didn't have the numlock keys. Oh yes, you do. And it's not just numlock keys. Okay? You can fasten this on either side because of this. You push down, move it over. As you can see, this came off, which is just like this side. All right? It has a little indentation. So you can take those off, leave them on. They're on there magnetically. So depending on which side you want it, if you want it on the left, you fasten it in like this, and if you want it on the right, push down and put it on the right. First, you have to remove this. Again, magnetic, very easy to remove. And you can see the connector. Right, let me just get that to you. I have to do it with one hand. There's the connector, and there's the connector here. It'd be easier if I had this box moved, but anyhow, and it goes in. It's in there pretty good. All right. And then, of course, you have a couple more features. Let's get to those. Okay, so you've got this one as well. So, depending on what you're doing, this is also magnetic, and it's going to go underneath here. So it's a very strong magnet, by the way. And then you take your wrist rest, and it's in there as well. It's kind of spongy. It's very kind of like a memory foam. A lot of times I don't like these, but this one feels really good, and it's really held in place. I got to really exert force to make this move. And like I say, you can put this here, put it on the other side. You can put these back on here to cover up that space. And one more thing, two more things. You have your keycap puller. Okay, so you take out your switches as well. Keycap switch puller, pretty standard. And these, we'll get to these in just a moment. So you have some extra ones of these. Now what are they? Well, give me a minute and I'm going to show you. I'm going to get all these out and we'll show you what they're used for. Okay, so once you got everything all ready to go, you got your extra pieces that you'll put back in depending on where you want your numlock keys to be. Again, you can move this for your media keys. This on the top we'll get to a little bit, but basically it's like having a Streamdeck. You can program each one of those. You can have your own icons in here, set it up however you like, whether you want to do macro keys, whatever. It's capable of doing all this. You can set up all your own color schemes, all that stuff. It's going to cover it all. All right. And the one thing I didn't show you that was left is these. They're all magnetic. And I'm going to show you what they're for right now. So, as you can see, the keyboard sits kind of flat. Now that's good for me, kind of, but I like mine raised up a little bit. And you can turn it around. Now when you turn it around, you'll see you got the pieces that keep it from sliding, the little pieces of rubber. Of course, that's where you're going to plug in your keyboard. All right there. USB-C connector. And you want to raise it up, you've got some extra feet, but how do you do that? That's what these are for. You want to give it some more height? Pop them on. All right. And you can put as many on there as you like to suit your height. And if you want to use all of them, you can certainly do that. I don't know if they work here. Let's see. Not really. So it's meant for up here, and that's pretty much it. And that's going to give you a lot more height. So when you do it, and you can see it's on there good, it's going to give you more like a elevated leverage, just to keep how your hand wants to go. The way I like it anyway. And as I say, magnetic key rest, put that there, or like here. Put your other pieces back on and you're good to go. So however many you want to put on those on the bottom to give you a height, you're certainly able to do that. So in order to demonstrate how all this works and how these work, we're going to have to hook it up to a computer. So I'm going to come back after I've done that and we'll show you how that all works. Now, don't forget that you have your I/O Center software that Be Quiet has now. I showed that in my previous video on the light mount, so you can go back and have a look at that if you want to see how to set up all your colors and everything. But I'll give you a quick synopsis on this one as well, using this to do our colors and everything. And actually, that's what's making me think maybe I'm going to switch to this one instead of the other one. But I'll decide that later on. For now, let's hook it up to a computer and show you how it all works a little bit. Okay, so you first plug it in. One thing you need to make sure of is that these lights are on. Okay, so just make sure it's in all the way. If they're not, your media dock isn't going to work. And it'll work on this side, it'll work on the other side. It doesn't really mention it too well in here, but it does mention that function keys, because right now nothing's lit up. So if you hit your function key, hit your right arrow, you will start getting other things. First, when you first turn it on here, that's going to come up. Push it again, you're going to get all your function keys. All right, so the first one here is a clock. You can do a stop clock, alarm clock, well, not alarm clock, but a stopwatch type clock. You move over to illumination, hit the button, and right now it's on tornado, and you can switch. So if I move it back, it's on wave. All right, static, you can choose your different colors, And let's go down to reactive, or sorry, breathing. Next one is reactive. So as you push them, the light up. And finally, the matrix. Looks pretty cool, huh? All right, so that's all there is to setting this up. Very easy. And of course, this is your volume control. So as you're using it, it'll turn up your volume or turn it down. Now, the other thing we want to show you is the dock on the right-hand side. All right, so I had to give it a little bit of light so you can see these. So right now, they're all in Be Quiet's default color, which is orange. So you have your keyboard, your web, your file explorer, mail if you have it set up, and like Clippy, which is like to take a picture, a screenshot kind of thing. This one, I don't remember what this one is. Okay, that's your task manager. Now, remember, you can assign and change all these up on your own. So that is up to you to do that feature. All right, so this will give you a Windows lock screen, and this one will shut down your computer. So I don't know about you. I already pushed it once by mistake. If you're going to forget that, you might want to change that. So this key here is profile. I forgot to mention that. I think I called it something else. To set up your different profiles, and you can go in here and choose them. All right, same with the one over here to the right is for your music. Okay, so that's how you can choose it. Just hit the button. So you want to go back, double tap. Okay, hit your arrow keys. That's for your music, and that is for your customize. All right, so you can just choose whatever you want whatever you want to do, and it's going to work. You can customize all these keys here to suit whatever you want to do. Oh, something I also want to show you. Function keys. So these function keys down here, look in your book, it'll tell you which ones they are, and you can change your colors just by holding the function key and just changing them up. I can't quite remember which it was now, but just be aware that that's a thing. All right, function key. All right, function key and the right arrow, and whatever you want to do with it after that. Personally, I'm probably going to just use this. Use this, do the illumination. I'm going to choose color wave for now, and just leave it with that. So lots of options to play with and figure out on your own, but I've given you kind of an overview of how it can all work. All right, so that's the video. A couple things to mention is with the media dock, you can plug and play kind of thing, kind of a hot swap. I took it off one side, plugged in the other side, still works, still use it. Same thing with the Numpad. You want to switch it to the other side. You don't have to turn everything off to do it. You can just move it around and everything is going to work. Lots of options for colors. Actually, I find that easier to use and change a little bit than actually going into the actual I/O Center software. So just something to be aware of. I don't know if I'm going to switch to that keyboard or not. I'll have to think about it. So really good keyboard. Price is about $250, I believe. So it depends on your use case. But if I was going to start doing more live streaming or something like that, because I've only done a couple, that might come in really handy. Just for different things that you can program in, macro keys, all that kind of good stuff. So just something to be aware of. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you don't, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment anyway. Just say hi, say it's working for you, or you're thinking about getting it. Just give me some feedback if you want. And if you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications. And as always, thanks for watching. And yeah, I think you're going to enjoy this keyboard. It's really, really good. I'm kind of thinking I might switch it up for the light mount. Haven't quite decided yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.